Ring ding 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 ding. What's up, my dudes? Two Strokes and MXGP3.
No way.
So I thought you guys might have been getting a little bit tired of my MXGP2 gameplay, so I got you guys some MXGP5 gameplay. Pretty sick ass physics, so yeah buddy. So I'm pretty much just going to be going over their little 2.5 second trailer that they just released on the Two Strokes, and I'm going to be just kind of talking about the game in overall sense of what's been going on, because you really start to realize what they got up their sleeve here whenever you look at what games have done in the past and just kind of how things work in general. And if you don't realize what's going on here with MXGP3, then you probably want to open up your eyes and wipe the crust out of them bitches, because it's some pretty obvious stuff, okay? And I don't want to sound like some just ungrateful little doucher or anything like that, but I'm just giving you guys the real, okay? I'm just telling you what I've learned in the past from other games, not just motocross games, just any kind of games in general and things like that. It really comes down to, and this is something that I just had to accept and I had to understand and be like, okay, this is what this is. Don't get too upset about it. It's just, this is the way it is, and you can either choose to accept it or just go play something else, basically. So when it comes to MXGP3, I think if you like MXGP2 and you spent the money on that and you had no problem spending the $60 on the MXGP2 and you thought that was a fair price for that, then hey man, by all means go spend your money at your own little heart's content and go buy MXGP3. But if you're one of those that is a diehard MX Simulator fanboy or a Reflex fanboy that thinks that anything physics-wise less than Reflex is not good at all, then MXGP3 is not going to be your game, okay? I can't really justify, if you're a real hardcore Reflex or MX Simulator dude and you just love the physics on both of those games, and for a good reason, because they're the best physics ever. I'm talking like that dude right now, but it's true. I mean, just look at the facts. They're the best physics ever. But if you're somebody that really holds that close to you, like if a game doesn't have those level of physics, then you just basically can't play it at all, then do not buy MXGP3, okay? I'm just warning you. So you just kind of got to understand what they're actually doing here, okay? They made a whole trailer just on Two Strokes, okay? And did they show very much gameplay at all? No. Did they show very much whipping or physics in the game or anything like that? No. Okay, let's take 2 or 3 steps back and look at the first little trailer thing that they came out with. I don't even think there was any actual like third person or first person gameplay in that. I could be wrong. There may have been like a split second of it, but the point I'm trying to get across is they have not showed very much actual in-game gameplay where you can see the physics and see what the bike is doing and stuff like that. But oh hey, there's dynamic weather and terrain deformation. But did they mention anything about, oh hey, we totally revamped our physics system, or hey, we are going to show you some gameplay of how our physics actually look now and how much they're improved and how much better the whips look and all this stuff? No. They didn't show that at all, so just always keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, get all upset and hate the game or whatever. I'm not saying that at all, because, I mean, come on, let's just be honest. MXGP1 and MXGP2, the physics were complete ass. And if you couldn't see that, then you're blind, okay? But you would expect them to make pretty solid improvements to that in a newer game, but it's another thing where this is not MX Simulator, this is not MX vs ATV Reflex, so it's kind of like, what did you expect in a sense? MXGP series is never going to, I don't think it's ever going to have the physics that you would want it to have. It's just never ever going to have that. And that's something you have to really sit down and accept. But okay, this video is about the Two Strokes, so I thought it was cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I thought Two Strokes in a game, they belong in a motocross game. And we'll just have to wait and see when it comes down to what actually they got going on with how different the two strokes are in the game from the four strokes. As far as the power, two strokes and four strokes are uncomparable in real life. Me personally, like whenever you try to say, oh, two strokes are better, oh, four strokes are better, I've been down both roads 150,000 times, but it's funny when people say that because the power of both bikes are two completely different worlds, and they're almost uncomparable. I mean, they really are. The way the power actually works on both the different bikes, but in a game, they need to feel really, really different. So that is something that we're just going to have to wait and see how different, and I'm guessing they're putting in 125s and that they're maybe going to be putting in the whole 252 stroke thing, hopefully. That's just what you would expect, to have the 125s and the 252 strokes, but for the love of God, what game was that? I think it was a live one of those. They had fucking 125s, but they didn't even have 252 strokes. Oh my God, dude. They had a 252 stroke in a free ride map, but you couldn't even ride the 252 stroke in the actual game. It's little things like that make you go, what the fuck is this? Why did I buy this game? Those kind of thought processes go into your mind. So come on, you motocross developers out there, like every single motocross game needs a 125 and a 252 stroke, and a 254 stroke and a 454 stroke. That is like bare minimum, dog. I'm talking like, if your game doesn't have that, you're definitely gonna be losing some cool points on my side, because that's not how motocross games have ever been. They've always had a pretty good selection of bikes in the past, and I don't know why they ever got on this little streak of only thinking that we want four strokes in a motocross game or whatever, but that's not the case, man. We want two strokes, and all those companies, real life companies that still make two strokes out there, them boys are some hosses, and I have so much respect for them for doing that. And the companies that don't still make two strokes, that goes into my thought process of what kind of brand I'm more into. It's little things like that. And I mean, if you had a company sitting here that didn't still make two strokes, and you had a company over here that still made two strokes, and I wasn't even worried about buying a two stroke, let's just say I was buying a four stroke, just because the fact that they have the balls and the pride to still make a two-stroke, even though I'm not even buying one, all that adds into why I'm buying from that company, and it adds into your loyalty to that company and every aspect to it. And I think some of these companies don't realize that, but every motocrosser out there, if you're not a two-stroke lover, how the fuck are you even a motocrosser, And seems like some of these companies don't understand that, but yeah, I mean, with this game, the two strokes, it's going to have to definitely just be a whole different experience, and I don't know if that's going to be the case, man. It seems like they've got a lot of these big pop-out things that new things they're going to have in the game, and check this out, MXGP3, look at all this new stuff, but hey, we're like barely showing you any gameplay, but hey, dude, all this new stuff, yeah, you'll totally love it, but oh no, the physics or the whips, the major problem in the second and first game, oh no, we're not going to show you guys any gameplay of that, but yeah, the rain and the let's see here, two strokes, yeah, got the terrain deformation, yeah, dog, yeah, we got that in the game, but no, nothing else. So you just got to be careful, guys, okay? You got to really sit down and think, is this worth my money, or am I not really going to enjoy this, basically? That's what you got to really sit down and try to realize there. But so anyways, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.